Hello, my dear dreamers. My name is Jackson, and welcome to Dream's Sleepy ASMR, your quiet corner of peace, where every word glows softly and every sound helps you drift deeper into calm. Tonight, I invite you to let go of everything that weighs you down. Close your eyes, take a slow, deep breath. Inhale the warmth of the night and exhale every thought you don't need anymore. Feel your shoulders relax, your breathing slow, your heart settle into stillness. You are safe here. You are home in the sound of my voice. And now, as your thoughts begin to float like clouds in the evening sky, let me tell you a magical story. A story about light, hope, and the fairy who painted the sun. So settle in and let the dream begin. Sun sparkles. Sun with face, the fairy who painted the sun. In the farthest corners of the morning sky, where dreams still linger between night and day, there was a place where colors were born. They whispered there, soft blues, tender golds, and glowing oranges, swirling quietly in the cradle of dawn. And among them lived a little fairy named Solena, the keeper of light. Solena was unlike any other fairy in the celestial gardens. While others tended to stars, clouds, or moonbeams, Solena's heart belonged to the sun, that vast golden light that warmed every dream, every leaf, and every sigh upon the earth. Each morning, it was Solena's task to paint the sun awake. She did not use ordinary brushes, nor did she dip them in ordinary paint. Her brushes were spun from strands of light itself, and her palette shimmered with colors no human eye could ever fully name, shades of warmth that carried feelings instead of hues. Amber for courage, rose gold for kindness, and pure white gold for hope. Every dawn, Solena would fly up through the rising mists, her wings glimmering with dew, and begin to paint. She would swirl light into the sleeping sun, stroke by stroke, until it began to hum, a low, golden song that woke the world below. But one morning, Solena awoke to silence. The sky above her was pale and cold, the colors of dawn missing from the air. The sun, her beloved sun, hung dim and tired, like an ember nearly gone. She fluttered close, her small hands trembling. "Sun," she whispered softly, her voice echoing in the emptiness. But the sun did not reply. Its light was fading, sinking behind a curtain of gray. For the first time since time began, morning refused to bloom. Solena's heart trembled. Without the sun, the world below would never awaken. The rivers would stop glimmering, the meadows would lose their color, dreams would linger too long, turning to shadows instead of songs. So she gathered her courage and flew higher, past the thinning clouds, past the edge of warmth, into the realm where the eternal light slept. There she met Elios, the old keeper of celestial fires, a giant spirit wrapped in veils of flame. His eyes glowed like two suns, fierce yet weary. "Elios," Solena cried, "the sun is fading, its light has gone weak. Please tell me, how can I paint it again?" The old spirit's voice rolled like thunder, softened by distance. "The sun's light," he said, "is not only made of color and flame, little one, it is made of heart, and the heart of the sun is painted not from outside, but from within." "I don't understand," whispered Solena. "I've painted it every day. I've given it all my colors, all my songs." Elios bent lower, his warmth brushing her wings. "The sun no longer feels your light because it has lost its dream," he said. "Once, every sunrise carried a wish from the world below, a whisper, a hope, a promise. But the world has grown tired, Solena. They have forgotten to look up. The sun's dream has dimmed." Solena's eyes filled with light, tears that glowed softly. "Then I will find the sun's dream," she said. "I will bring it back, even if I must travel through shadow." The old spirit nodded. "Then go, child of light, seek the lost dream, paint not with color but with heart." And with that, he vanished into the mist, leaving only a trail of sparks behind. Solena descended to the world below. For the first time, she saw it in twilight, not night, not day, just endless gray. Children still slept though it was morning. Flowers bowed their heads, too cold to open. Rivers moved like glass, silent and dull. She flew through villages and forests, whispering softly, "Have you seen it? The dream of the sun." But no one answered. Until she came upon a small hill where an old painter sat with a blank canvas, his brush still in his hand. His eyes were closed, but his lips moved as though remembering something beautiful. Solena hovered beside him. "Old one," she asked gently, "why do you paint when there is no light?" The painter smiled faintly. "Because I remember it," he said. "Even when the light fades, I can still see it here." He touched his chest, just above his heart. "Once, I painted the sunrise every day. Each morning, I tried to capture how it felt, not how it looked." Solena watched as a single tear slipped down his wrinkled cheek and landed on the canvas. Where it touched, a spark of gold bloomed, faint but real. Her heart fluttered. There it is, she thought, a piece of the sun's dream. She caught the glowing drop in her palm, and it turned into a warm pearl of light. Her journey continued. She visited the sea, where the waves sighed quietly. There, she met a young sailor gazing at the horizon, whispering to a sky that no longer shimmered. "Why do you look to the east?" she asked. "Because my love sailed away long ago," he said softly. "She promised to come home when the first morning light touched the water. I still wait, every dawn, even if the dawn never comes." Solena felt a tender ache rise within her. She reached out, and a tear of longing from the sailor's eyes turned into another pearl of light. "Love that waits," she thought, "another piece of the sun's heart." She traveled on, through forests where lost creatures slept in half-light, through mountains where echoes hummed but never answered. In a quiet meadow, she found a small child trying to plant seeds that would not grow. The girl looked up, eyes wide. "It's too dark, the flowers won't wake." Solena knelt beside her, brushing the child's hair. "Then let us wake them with a story," she said. Together they whispered tales of warmth, of golden mornings and songs of light. The little girl laughed, and in that laughter, Solena saw another glimmer, pure and innocent. A third pearl of light was born, hope. Now Solena carried 3 pearls of light, memory, love, and hope. But the sun's dream was not yet complete. She returned to the sky, where clouds drifted aimlessly, gray and forgotten. The pearls in her hands shone faintly, like fireflies in fog. "Is this enough?" she whispered to the sleeping sun. But no light stirred. Her wings trembled with exhaustion. "I've given everything I found, everything that still remembers you." Then a soft voice, deep and ancient, murmured from within the sun itself. "Solena," it said, "you have gathered my dream, but you have not given your own." She blinked. "My own." "Yes," said the voice, "the sun has always known your colors, your songs. But what is your dream, little fairy? What do you wish for when you paint the dawn?" Solena's breath caught. She had never thought of that. She had painted every morning for others, for the world, for beauty, for duty, but never for herself. Slowly, she closed her eyes. In her heart, she saw herself flying through light, painting, singing, giving warmth to every corner of darkness. She felt what it meant to become the light, not just paint it. Tears of gold slipped from her eyes and fell onto her hands. They glowed brighter than any color she had ever made. That was her dream, to bring light even when there is none. And with that, the pearls of light she carried began to rise, swirling around her like small suns. They merged, shimmered, and poured themselves into the heart of the great sun above. A soft hum filled the sky, the first true note of dawn. Light spilled over the horizon. Golden fire spread across the clouds, melting gray into pink, pink into orange, orange into living gold. The sun opened its eyes. Its warmth touched Solena's face, and she laughed, a laugh made of light itself. The rivers sparkled again. The children awoke. Flowers lifted their heads, breathing warmth. The world had remembered the dream. And from that day on, every sunrise shimmered a little differently, because among the strokes of gold and crimson, one could see the faint trace of fairy wings. Solena still paints the sun each morning. But now, when she dips her brush into the light, she adds a single drop from her own heart. That drop becomes the golden glow we call hope, the soft warmth that makes each day feel new again. And if you ever wake early enough to watch the dawn, really watch it, you might see her too, flying across the edge of the sky, painting the world awake. And now, my dreamer, the fairy has painted her light, and the world is warm again. As you rest under your blanket of night, let that same warmth glow quietly in your heart. Let it whisper, "You are light too." Every morning, every moment, your heart can paint its own sun. Thank you for listening tonight. If this story helped you feel calm, safe, and warm inside, don't forget to subscribe to Dream Sleepy ASMR, where every story is a dream waiting to be heard. Now close your eyes a little deeper. The night will hold you, and when you wake, the sun will be smiling just for you. Good night, dreamer. Crescent sparkles.